Cancer, welcome to your February 2024 monthly reading here. We're just going to go ahead and get started, my friends, and jump straight into your reading. Hope you're all doing well. If y'all don't mind, can y'all please hit that thumbs up button for me, show your support, or if this message resonates at any time, you can do it then or really whenever. We're just going to go ahead and start, though, and jump in and see what's going on with you, Cancer, for the month. See where you were. Let's see where you're headed here. Let's see what's going on. All right, let's take a look here, Cancer. What do we got? I do feel like there is some form of like a newer adventure here unfolding for you and like in the future. And what I mean by adventure, it's just like there's this newer sense of like realization that you're having about how it's important to move outside of your comfort zone. I'm not saying you're somebody who just normally stays in their comfort zone and you never do anything, but there is something here about you're starting to realize like, okay, I have to reinvent myself or reinvent something here, and I have to allow myself to at least journey out or start the journey of something just to see how things come together. And I feel you're getting this message here from your higher self. The Two of Cups to me is always my card of like feeling connected to you and your house. You and your house. Some of you it's like getting reconnected to like where you're living or your house. Cancer does rule the home, but I do sense more so it's like getting connected with you and your higher self. And like starting to like listen to like your intuition and your gut feelings about things, because I feel here in the future you're becoming more aware of certain things, and you're realizing like, yeah, it's time for me to make a move or to take action in a certain direction. And I feel like this reading's really urging you to trust your intuition and what it's saying and what it's trying to guide you, because your higher self, your guides, God, spirit, is definitely giving you the messages, and they could be coming through in the form of like synchronicities. And I feel like to some extent, like we're all pretty familiar with synchronicities, and it can manifest in different ways. Like I'll give you an example for me. Like if I'm thinking about something and let's just say I'm thinking about something earlier in the day, and then next thing you know, like I go to the store or something, and then I come back to the car and I like see something on the ground, like whether it's like, I don't know, whether it's like a piece of trash or whether it's like a paper or whether it's just something, but it's like what's on it. It's like whatever the symbolism. And like if it makes something in my consciousness remember something about the past or about what I was thinking about, then it's like, oh, okay, I feel like I'm getting the message here from my subconscious or my higher self that is trying to guide me in the right direction here. And so that's why I feel like it's important for you to trust like your intuition, follow the synchronicities, but also like to trust like what your higher self is telling you. I'm seeing that you've already started to do this here though in the past. You have the Ace of Cups, Six of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. And you also have the Sun card that's here with it. And the Sun card, and it's interesting because you also pulled the solar plexus card, and we can really say that the solar plexus, although its planet would be Mars in a way, I feel like it's also the Sun. Now I know some of you are going to be like, no, it's Mars, but I feel like it's also the Sun, because the Sun deals with our individuality, our identity, our self. And so I'm getting here in the recent past, like you were just trying to reconnect to yourself. And I'm not saying you were completely lost or all of you were completely lost and didn't feel like you knew who you were. But I am picking up on it's like you knew that things are changing. And so it's like you had to evolve and sort of find a newer self for the newer journey or for the newer direction of where you wanted to take your life or where life was taking you. Because with the World card and the Six of Swords here, this is the journey here, right? And the Six of Swords is like my card of the escape of the mind. And so what that looks like is like when when it's like it's time to be eclectic. It's time to open up our minds to newer ways and newer ideas, whether it's through learning, whether it's just through doing something unconventional. So that way we can break out of like feeling stuck and rigid and just only familiar with our environment, right? Because it shows us and reflects to us that our mind, and I want to say something real quick too, that I feel like our mind is just more than like our brain. I feel like our mind is like our brain, our emotions, our intuition, but also like our environment too, which is, you hear that all the time, right? Like you hear that saying that like if your environment's cluttered, your mind is cluttered. You know, so a lot of you in the past, I'm seeing that there was this deep feeling that you had about the importance of really reconnecting to yourself and understanding like where you're at in your journey at this time, and also like by analyzing that, you seeing like, is there things that I need to change to move in a different direction to help me get out of like some type of rigidness or stuckness or even turbulence, you can say. And I like your current energy at this time because I feel like you're starting to find your sense of direction here. And the reason why I say that is because you have the star card here, and it's in the heart of the spread. So, and the star card is like when we have something on the horizon that we're aiming at, or that we have something that's guiding us. Like stars are always symbolic of navigation, right? How our ancestors and the ancients used to look at the stars for direction. It's also sync on nature, right? And you're a part of nature, so it's like I see you getting back in sync here, and I'm seeing you also starting to find the creative flow and the flow here as well. I think there's been a lot of purification that you have been doing, whether it was people, places, things, or whether it was just like your own inner world that needed some form of purification. Because with the Queen of Cups showing up here, it's like I see here that you're really starting to reconnect to the inner world and starting to trust like your gut feelings here as well. And the star and the Queen of Cups, a lot of you could be really focused on healing, just getting things back into getting things back focused, right? I don't know if you heard that outside, but and you also have the King of Pentacles here, so I feel a lot of you are also really focused on your career at this time. And with this solar plexus card, it says personal power. I think you are wanting to strive now toward or in the direction of the things that empower you. So I feel like you're also starting to find your sense of empowerment, and this could be rippling into like your career and how you want to go about like your goals or your ambitions and the things that you want to create here. And I'm really seeing here at this time like you really feeling reconnect, like you find your sense of reconnection. Now for some of you, you may have found this deep, profound sense of reconnection already, or you're in that process, but there's like a glimmer of hope that's coming back into the picture. And so it's important to nurture that light, that glimmer of light here, because I feel that's what's going to really allow you to reconnect spiritually and also feel like you're in alignment with the divine, or also just allow you to know who you are in your relation to everything that's going on in the world and where you're trying to go also in the world. But this moon card here in the future, this is what I was picking up on, like the intuition and the awareness starting to spike here. Because the moon card, Ten of Swords, all we have at this point is to deepen our awareness, because what we know isn't enough. Right? Ten of Swords is, it's done for him, right? It's the end of the road. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords is that there's light on the horizon. And so he leaves his immediate environment, he leaves his circumstances, and he ventures out into the light, into the horizons. And it's interesting too, because you also pulled this ship card that says exploration. And that's what the Ten of Swords does after it goes through its brutal end of the road, right? After it kind of realizes like, yeah, this isn't working, something has to change, and I have to really allow myself to go into my own inner world and to tap into what my awareness is saying, because it's the awareness that is the most important thing for you in the future, that's going to help you become conscious or more conscious of things. And so it's important to journey out and to explore. And you also pull this horse card that says action, and the horse is symbolic of independence and freedom, right? One's own independence and freedom, and one's own self and individual identity. and to act on what one's individual's desires are, right? And that's what the North Node in Aries is really trying to teach us at this time. Right, it's what the North Node in Aries is really trying to teach us at this time. And I was talking about, Chiron being with the North Node, and then we have this Capricorn energy was squaring it, and will square the nodes. And so everybody is kind of in this energy right now of like, yeah, we want to work and we want to build, we want to come up with new structures or find the structures to operate in, but it's almost as if we have to really understand ourselves, know ourselves, and understand like, okay, well, are there certain limitations at this time that I need to address? And if there are, it's about addressing those. And what Chiron and Aries is trying to teach you, well, there's multiple things, but on the collective, Chiron is like our deepest wounds, and so it's like what we're all trying to heal as a collective, wherever it is in your chart, but on a collective level, collective scheme. Cancer for you, it's in your 10th house of your career, so I would say that it's most of the energy is oriented around your career and your ambitions, and Chiron there can really make it seem as if you don't have what it takes, or you feel like you're not good enough, right? It raises insecurity and doubt about yourself, and whether or not you have the strength and the bravery, or you have what it takes, but you do. It's just like you're just gonna have to, there's limitations and obstacles when it comes to your own self that you're having to be honest with. And the Ten of Swords is about getting honest with yourself too. It's like getting honest and saying like, okay, well, like these are my limitations. However, I can learn from these, and from this situation I can grow and I can improve. And that's why also the Two of Cups is here, because the Two of Cups does represent some sort of inner growth as well. Let's see here. Clarify this Ace of Cups here. You have the King of Cups. A lot of you were putting your healing first and and starting to take back your energy from certain situations and starting to pour it back into yourself here. But I do see in the past, like you made a very strong devotion that would bring about more peace and healing and more emotional fulfillment here as well. Clarify the Six of Swords. You have the Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you were done waiting in the past, right? Four of Cups is when we can sit and dwell and kind of just feel like life is hopeless, or we're kind of in this melancholy energy. It's like we're desiring something, like we're hoping for something, but what it takes is the Six of Swords is to get outside of oneself and start to move in the direction of where one's trying to go, which is why the World card is here. Clarify the World card. Page of Swords, which is the newer ideas and the newer curiosities, right? Figuring out how you can go about coming up with a plan to take you to where it is that you want to go in the future. And so, let's see here. What is this King of Pentacles in your current energy? You have the Three of Swords. So for some of you, you felt disempowered, right? Like it's almost as if a lot of things maybe were going around, particularly around your career, or just around your own stability and your own foundation, whether it's your home life or just the things that make up that. I feel I'm sensing here that you're starting to find your sense of grounding. I feel like that Three of Swords being there is almost as if something happened to where it's like you realize like, damn, like this is the reality, but you have your own personal power to be able to change it. And so that solar plexus for you at this time is really activated. Clarify the Star card. Seven of Wands. I love this. Seven of Wands is like when we use our willpower and our strength. And also the Seven of Wands is Mars and Leo, and that's very solar plexus, and it's in the heart of the spread. And so it's the one's own sense of self-direction when it comes to their ambitions and their goals and who they're trying to be and what they're trying to do. And I feel like you are starting to get the downloads and you're starting to get the clarity about where you're going after some time of feeling like, where the fuck am I, right? Clarify this Queen of Cups. You have the Empress here. I love it. I feel like you're getting back into the creative flow of things. I think there's been a lot of setbacks you may have had in the past, or a setback that you were experiencing, And it kind of made you get out of like that mindset of creativity, the mindset of like, well, the mindset of like the mindset of like being able to create harmony, right? Like a lot of you were just trying to find that, but I really do see here that you're really starting to connect and take yourself serious and take your healing serious and take like your own life serious. And it's interesting, I like see you here, like some of you guys are really creative. You're like pouring your creativity into your work or your art, or just into finding new solutions to the old problems. And that it's like you're reorienting your energies here towards something higher that is giving you faith and rejuvenating your spirits here with that star card. So I feel like there's this inspiration and you're inspired at this time. Clarify this moon in the future. You pulled the moon again. This is double clarification. Like it's, and I'm going to pull one more on it just so we get a little bit more. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like you're allowing in more flow, right? You're not being as, like in the future, it's like you're encouraged here to allow in more creativity when it comes to your everyday life. Because we can realize like, damn, my habits and my routine, like the shit that I'm doing, it feels like I'm still stuck or it's not working. And so the moon card is like, how can you bring more awareness and more creativity into your everyday life? And I think that's what you're doing here in the future. And it's important for you to do that. But the Eight of Pentacles and the moon card as well is like the signifier that the only way through is through. Because we can dream about concepts and ideals all day long, but the Eight of Pentacles is like saying like, okay, well, let's practically get started and let's practically do the work. Let's bring our dreams into reality. And some of you have already started this process, or you've been doing this. But you're becoming more and more aware of like how you can improve things, and it's about allowing yourself to not be too rigid and to allow yourself to keep improvising and adapting. Two of Cups, let's see. You pulled this Ace of Pentacles on the Two of Cups. There's a new beginning. I feel like you're you go from the Ace up here to the Two, and so it's like you're fulfilling your needs and your desires here, I'm seeing in the future, and starting to cultivate and manifest this new beginning. And for a lot of you, I'm kind of picking up that this could be something that you're wanting to be of service in regards to others, like if it's work or career. And if it's not that, I feel like this is just you understanding like what your needs are to be able to live a more balanced life. Clarify this Ten of Swords and the outcome. The Chariot. I love this though. Like the energy and the cards are so in sync right now that in order to get out of the Ten of Swords, it takes getting in the fucking Chariot. And the Chariot's actually your card, Cancer. And what the Chariot also symbolizes is that one has to move outside their own realms of comfort and start to go beyond what they've done before. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to triumph and get success. And I'm also kind of picking up a lot of you here may actually quit something or change direction. Right? If you're not quitting anything, I think that you're changing direction. You're allowing yourself to be flexible to change direction. You have the Solar Calm card. It says clarify. This card is always like my intentions card, but you can see how everything's in alignment here, all the planets, right? And what that means is like setting intentions that are actually in alignment. So it's like setting intentions, but also acting on those intentions that are in alignment with what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go. You pulled this Angels and Masters card. This is the Soul Star chakra. And this is saying like your guides are with you, guiding you at this time. And for a lot of you, I'm seeing here, getting back to like your spiritual practices is something that's going to benefit you as well, because I'm picking up a very strong Saturn and Pisces energy. I'm not saying all of you have Saturn and Pisces, but what Saturn and Pisces is like Saturn's about structure, but Pisces is about flow and the deepening of knowledge and the deepening of awareness and spirituality, right? And the deepening of meaning, finding deeper meaning. So it's like all these things are you're starting to become aware of all these things. You're starting to understand things more broadly and in a more deeper way than you could before. And I feel like it's inspiring you and will be encouraging you here to continue to pursue and tap in and take your spiritual side and the spiritual nature of the side more seriously. You pulled this heart card. It says connection. It's always like my card, like following your heart, and that's what the moon card is saying. It's like you don't have to stay rigid with structure all the time. It's like it's important sometimes to listen to your heart and your intuition, because that's what your higher self is trying to help you with in regards to finding the right changes for you that's going to allow you to triumph and get victory and success. And I do see you eventually moving in the direction of where you're feeling like the triumph and the success here. So yeah, that's what I got for you, Cancer. I'm gonna leave your reading here. I appreciate all of you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. If you click the link, it'll take you straight to my website, and then you can just purchase a reading. Also, too, be sure to follow my astrology channel. I'll put that down below too. I am doing astrology videos now more consistently and more frequently on my astrology channel, which can help you and give you a deeper understanding of just the cosmic energies and how they're affecting you on an individual level. So I appreciate you all, Cancer. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And otherwise than that, I will talk to you all later.